Karoline Leavitt really stepped in it this week when she added one simple word to a statement to reporters. But that one word changed everything. Leavitt was asked by a reporter about Donald Trump's claim that, hey, Trump says Republicans should take over elections. Karoline, what do you think about that? That doesn't exactly seem, constitutional. And Karoline Leavitt responded by saying, the president believes in the United States Constitution. However, and that's the word. Now, I'll finish reading what she said. But he totally believes in the Constitution, but no, that is not a statement where you get to add a caveat after it. You either believe in the Constitution or you don't. And when that individual who you're adding the caveat for happens to be the President of the United States, then it becomes even more unacceptable. So unless the next words out of her mouth were, of course he believes in the Constitution, however, he believes we could make it better, right? That would be an okay caveat, and probably the only okay caveat. But instead, here is what she said. However, he believes there has obviously been a lot of fraud and irregularities that have taken place in American elections. And again, voter ID is a highly popular and common sense policy that the president wants to pursue. And he wants to pass legislation to make that happen for all states across the country. Cool. Not only was that not the question, that's also not what he suggested. Like, y'all keep talking about voter ID, like Trump just wants voter ID. And yeah, he said it a couple times on social media, but he hasn't, drafted legislation for Republicans to take up, rewrite, and pass. That's not a thing he's done. He said, take over elections in 15 areas of the country. That's what he said, Karoline. Also, it is not up to the federal government to determine the manner in which states conduct their own elections. That power in the U.S. Constitution is left to the states. Congress gets to set the date. That's what the federal government gets to do. The legislative branch, not the executive branch either. The states figure out everything else. Now, in the instances, of course, where there are some form of civil rights violations or other types of things that states are doing illegally, the Department of Justice from the executive branch does have the authority to step in and tell them no. That's all they can do is tell them no, right? They can't really go in and enforce anything, and they can just tell them no. Don't do that. That's bad. Trump, as the president of the United States, has no authority over anything. No part of elections whatsoever are under the list of powers of the president of the United States. That's not a thing, Karoline. And of course, folks on social media decided to jump on this because that one word, however, really changed everything. Clearly, what Karoline Leavitt is telling us, and she didn't realize she was telling us this, for let's face it, she's not the brightest bulb in the lamp, is that Trump does not, in fact, believe in the Constitution. He believes that his own selfish desires, but more importantly, his conspiracy theories, trump the Constitution, and he's going to do whatever the hell he wants anyway. That is the message that Karoline Leavitt delivered to reporters this week. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.